No battery corrosion on the front side of the board. So where did this little jewel come from? Sure enough, that trace is corroded through, and that trace carries data line 3 between the processor and all supporting chips. So naturally, the board is not going to work. Well, it's a good day. This board has been here for quite some time, and I rolled in the pictures of what I eventually determined, and the only way to figure this one out was to buzz the traces between the processor and the supporting ROM and RAM chips, and I finally found it here on Veterans Day. And thank you to everyone who has served this nation, the debt that we can never repay. Ripley's is back to operation. I found a discontinuity between the processor data line 3 and the ROM, and it acted like every WhiteStar board before it, that it couldn't access the ROM, in that it flashes the GI lamps over and over again. I had suspected that it was being reset because there was no communication with the driver board, and so I suspected some of the buffer chips between the CPU and the driver board. That turned out to be incorrect, and there was no reason to really suspect that broken data line because nobody had been in there and working on that. In fact, you can see from the pictures that is really a strange thing to have happened. How that got corroded or what through, I have no earthly idea. So let's do diagnostics using my PinWiki tester. So all the switches and rows are working. We'll test the, whoops. Oh, come on, Chris. We will test the coils and we will cycle those. You can see one that's lit up right now. That is the idle opto circuit. For whatever reason, Ripley's drives or turns on that idle opto with a solenoid drive circuit, and it will stay on through the duration of this test. It goes off if you reboot the game, and while it's sitting there in attract mode, so the circuit is working correctly. And 31, 32, so all the coils are working correctly. Let's test the lamps. My homemade tester, yay. Flashers is a rehash of some of the coil circuits. Not in as nice an order as Harley-Davidson does it, but get ready.
Amazing. Welcome to Ripley's Auditorium.
Ripley's is a really good game. I do like it. So this board is good to go, and I thank you so much for the protracted duration that this board was here. It was beginning to drive me a little crazy. Thanks again.